Hi everyone, today I'm going to be filming one of my favourite videos to watch, and that is YouTube made me buy it. I'm going to throw in, was it worth it? Because YouTube makes us all buy a lot of things, let's admit it. When I was collecting all this stuff for this video, I realised that probably like 80 to 90% of my stuff is YouTube induced, so I'm going to see if it was actually worth spending my hard-earned money on these products. I've pulled together the things that I think have been the most hyped that are obviously in my collection, and I'm going to just go through them probably in order of how you put them on your face. I have tried to wear a lot of the stuff today as well, just so you can actually see what it looks like on, and then when I'm describing it, you can see if it is worth it. I'm sorry, I won't know all the prices of everything. I might know some, especially the more expensive ones, but if I know it, I'll try and mention it. And I also try and mention who influenced me to buy the products. So this is going to be a long one. Make yourself a cup of tea, grab a snack, and let's get to it. So the first thing you probably start off with is primer, and primer is something that I'm relatively new to, and this one is very new. I literally picked it up last week, and it's the Too Faced Hangover, I'm not sure if it's RX or Hangoverx primer, and this one's got coconut water and it's supposed to be really good for your skin, and it's silicone free. I'm liking this one so far. It creates quite a tacky base to put your foundation on top of, which is obviously kind of the point of primer, so that your foundation will stick to it. And I don't think it's broken me out, and it's quite good packaging, so although it's in a tube, it's got a pump as well. So as I say, I've only used this one for probably about a week, and I'm using it with a new foundation as well, so it's quite hard to tell if I like the primer or the foundation, or if I don't like them at all. But I think I do like this one. I'm going to keep using it, and because it's so beneficial for your skin, I'm quite glad that I've got this one. So after primer would come foundation, and I'm going to talk about the one that I'm wearing just now, and it's a new purchase and is very hyped at the moment on YouTube, and it is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I have mixed feelings about this. When I first put it on, the very first day, I absolutely loved it. It looked flawless, it looked really smooth. Actually, my dad said that my skin looked really smooth, which is quite a compliment. And the colour matched me perfectly. It didn't oxidize on the first day, or not as much as it has since then, and I just got lots of compliments on it that day, and it just wore really well, and I didn't get oily. But I've worn it every day since, and I don't know if it's because I've maybe been pairing it with different skincare products or that Too Faced primer, but I'm just not enjoying it as much as I did. So yeah, this one, I got it in the shade 0.5, which is the lightest shade, and I know, or I think 0.5 is a pink undertone, which I'm not, but I just need the lightest shade anyway. But what I've noticed with this one is that it's been a little bit cakey, and it's been separating a little bit on my face throughout the day and kind of settling into my smile lines here. So I don't know what it is. I maybe just have to go back to what I used on the first day, which was no primer, nothing like that, so I'll see. But because this is so hyped at the moment, I was so excited to pick it up, especially being long wearing, you know, oil free, etc. But I'm just gonna have to keep going with it because I'm not sure. I'd say over this past year I've gone a bit foundation crazy. I never used to be too into them, but I'm really enjoying testing them out and seeing which ones are out there. So I've got quite a few to show you as well. And again, I think these are probably the most hyped ones that I've picked up. The first one I'm going to show you is the Marc Jacobs Remarcable. And this one I got from Sephora, so I hauled it a little while ago, and it's a full coverage foundation. It's basically pure pigment. So I do like this one. I think I got quite a good colour match as well, just a tad bit yellow, but I can make it work. And it doesn't really emphasise any dry patches or make my face look cakey, so I do like this, but it's not my favourite, and it was quite expensive. A foundation that Lily Melrose seems to talk about all the time, but it's actually discontinued now, is the Mercier Silk Cream Foundation. And I love this when I first put it on again. I thought the colour is a perfect match. This one is in soft ivory, and it was full coverage, made my skin look flawless, and it was great. But then since using it that first time, I don't really like it that much, and it's such a shame because it's expensive. First of all, it's discontinued, and it was so hyped up. So I just found that when I wore it more, it kind of settled and really emphasised dry patches and just didn't look very good close up. And I think it maybe did break me out as well. So I'm still using it though. Like, I don't want to waste product, especially something this expensive. But I wish I liked it like others do. I picked up the very hyped recently Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation and concealer, and oh, I should say I got the shade 12 Ivory in the Remarcable, and I said what I got in the Urban Decay, and in the Clinique I got 0.5 Breeze. So this one again, I like it but I don't love it. I especially don't really like the packaging because it is a giant doe foot applicator, and obviously you could put it on the back of your hand and not put it straight in your face because it's a bit unhygienic, but I find that there's nothing comes off the applicator in your hand, so it just takes a long time to do that. And yeah, it's nice, it's a nice foundation, but I don't know if I would repurchase it. A foundation that I absolutely love though is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. So we've had the Fit Me for a while in the UK, but the Matte and Poreless is relatively new, and this is for normal to oily skin, and I love this. I just think it makes my face look flawless. It does make me matte and, well, not poreless, no one can be poreless, but it does help to reduce the look of pores, and I just think this is such a nice foundation, especially from the drugstore. And I got this one in the shade 105, and it's quite a good match. I think it's probably the lightest colour that they do over here as well, but I really like this, one of my faves. Another one that's been around for a long time and it's always really hyped, but I've only got it in the past couple of months, is the L'Oreal True Match foundation, and I do like this as well. I don't know why I waited so long to pick it up, and this is obviously the reformulated packaging and formula, and I got this one in the shade 1N Ivory, so that's obviously the lightest shade and kind of a neutral undertone, and I just think this has got really good coverage. It looks nice on the skin, and I'm enjoying using this one too. And lastly, for kind of foundation type product, I picked up the Cover FX custom cover drops, and this is pure pigment. I said the Marc Jacobs was like pure pigment, this is pure pigment. So it just comes in a little pipette, and you basically mix this in with anything. You can mix it with your moisturizer to make it into moisturizer, with BB cream, with a full coverage foundation, make it super full coverage. So it really does work for that, and again, I thought this might break me out, but it doesn't seem to. And I got this in the shade N10. Can't remember if I hauled this actually, I may have done. I think maybe I did. But yeah, this is going to last me forever, and it's just nice to mix up a little bit more coverage, especially on certain areas where I want more coverage in the face but I want something a bit lighter elsewhere. So for most people, myself included, I don't really like using my hands to put on foundation or anything, so I use brushes or the BeautyBlender. So I'm going to talk first about this Louise Young LY34 brush though. All those foundations that I mentioned, by the way, just numerous people had recommended them, so I can't pinpoint one specific person. But this one was Viviana Does Makeup. She used to go on about this all the time, and I saw it in Selfridges when I was in London one time, and I picked it up. And it's just a really big foundation brush. Like, I'm just not in love with it. I think that it applies foundation okay, but I do find that it leaves my foundation looking a bit more streaky than other brushes. So I used it, for example, today, that's why it's dirty, and put on my foundation, which was the Urban Decay one, and then I found that I had to go with my BeautyBlender just to get rid of all the brush strokes. So it's okay, it's, you know, I don't think I pick up more brushes kind of based on this one by Louise Young. What I do love though, and which is so hyped and has been forever and probably always will be, is the BeautyBlender. So I've got a few of these. This one is obviously the black one, and I think it's for fuller coverage, and again I use this just to smooth out my foundation today, so that's why it's dirty at the moment. But I just think this is really good. It's expensive for a sponge. Let's just, you know, be realistic here. It's like £18 or something, which is, yeah, a bit crazy. But I just think it is worth the hype, basically. It makes your foundation go on really flawlessly. You can kind of build it up or sheer it out. You can use it to blend out your blusher and all that. So I really like it. I've tried dupes, and I have got the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, but I just find that that one soaks up a bit more product than the actual BeautyBlender does. So although it's cheaper, I don't think it's better. Moving on to concealers, I have a problem. So concealer is probably my #1 makeup product. It's something that I need. I don't feel confident without it, and yeah, I just really want to find a good concealer. So I'm just going to talk through the ones I've got here. Again, these are probably the most hyped ones out of my collection. So I'll start with what I'm wearing today, which is the pretty much brand new Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And I got this in the shade Fair, but I definitely don't think it's fair. It's slightly orangey toned, and I've got it on under my eyes, and it's just, I feel so like meh in this video, but it's just okay. I definitely don't think it's worth the price. It's not full coverage, and although it hasn't really creased, which is good, I don't know if that's due to this or the powder I'm going to mention later, it's okay. I really want to try the Tarte Shape Tape concealer though. That's got amazing reviews. It's another hyped up product, but yeah, I like it, but I don't love it once again. A concealer that I do love, and probably along with everyone else in the whole entire world, is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. I've been through countless tubes of these. It's just a great full coverage concealer from the drugstore. And the only thing I find though, I usually get the colour, the one Fair, and this is actually cool medium because I got it when I was a little bit more tanned. But I find that the Fair one is slightly pink, and again, I'm more of a neutral yellow undertone, and I find it's too heavy under the eyes. I do like to use some blemishes, so but I can't really fault it for the price and the concealer, and I just love it. I got the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer because Alex from my Covet talked about it a lot, and I got it in the shade 010 Ivory, and it is a 2-in-1 concealer and highlighter, and I really like this actually. I think it is a very nice concealer and highlighter. It's not full coverage. I don't tend to wear concealer under my eyes on an everyday basis just because I just don't, although I do have dark circles, but I just think this is a good option from the drugstore. I recently got this LA Girl Pro Conceal because everyone seems to talk about this on YouTube, and I got this in the shade Porcelain, which is orange. So if it wasn't for the shade, I think it would be a good concealer. It's very cheap, but if they made a shade lighter than this, I'd probably try and get that, even though I thought I was doing alright going with Porcelain. One of the very first kind of YouTube buy products was the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. And I remember my sister got this for me when she was over in America because I asked her to get it. And this is Camouflage Cream Waterproof. And I do like it, but I don't know what it is with my skin, but I find that nothing, and I mean nothing, seems to cover like my redness and scars, even if it says it's full cover and it's waterproof. It just doesn't seem to be the case. So again, I wouldn't use this under the eyes. I use this on blemishes, and I got this in the shade 1, and I'm nearly finished actually because I have had it for a while, but I don't know if I would pick it up again, even though Makeup Forever is not very accessible to me anyway. I got these Bobbi Brown concealer and correctors in a different form. They usually come in the little pot, although I've never tried those, but I saw the doe foot ones and I thought they'd be quite a good one to try. So they just have the little doe foot ones, and I think I saw Kate from Ghost Parties talk about this, and Caroline Hirons actually. And again, for the price, I'm just not impressed really. I just think they're average, don't really do much, and I kind of regret buying them, to be honest. I thought I'd treat myself because I don't have any Bobbi Brown makeup, but not really liking that too much. The shades I did get, I got Light Bisque 2 in the corrector and Porcelain 1 in the concealer. They are very kind of smooth and slightly liquidy actually, and maybe that's why I wasn't too big a fan, but I just find that I don't reach for these very much, and for the price I want to be using them a lot more. And of course, another YouTube made everyone buy it is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in the shade light one, Chantilly, so the lightest shade, and this is a very nice concealer. It is even slightly light for me, so I can use it for highlighting, which is a good thing. I don't reach for it too often, but I do think it's a nice concealer. So I picked this up, and I did have the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer as well, because you know, I've heard it's a dupe for this one, and I think that was really good. It's a really nice concealer, but again, the shades are just a bit off, especially that 15 is lighter than 10, so it's a bit strange. But yeah, I think I'll use this, but I'd probably pick up the Maybelline one over this one next time. Okay, so moving on to eyes, I definitely picked up the MAC Paint Pot and Paint Chalet because of YouTube. It's quite a thick texture and it blanks out your kind of eyelids to cover veins and stuff and gives you a smooth canvas, and it's a good base for your eyeshadow, so I'm glad that I picked that up, and it's lasted me a very long time because I've heard they dry out, but mine seems okay, so yeah, got that one. One of the very first YouTube made me buy it induced products was, of course, the original Naked palette. So I've used this quite a lot. I've hit pan on one of the shades, as you can see, and it's just a really nice palette for, well, pretty much every day. There's quite a few shimmery shades in here, but I tend to obviously use the mattes on a daily basis. And this is just a classic Naked palette. I don't have any of the others, and this does me fine. I don't need to pick up any of the others, but I'm glad I got it. I remember at the time being so excited getting the Naked palette, and I like the packaging. I know a lot of people don't, but I do, so love this. Oh, I should have probably talked about these first because I would curl my eyelashes first. But of course, YouTube made me buy the uemura eyelash curlers. And mine are in gold because they just had gold at the time, and I was like, yeah, why not? Go for gold. So these, I curl my lashes most days and I think they're good, but again, I think there's other ones. I've got some Primark ones that probably do just as good of a job. So it's nice to have because they're nice, you know, they look nice, but I don't think it's worth the £20 that they were. This one in particular, but the whole range of the Maybelline colour tattoos, oh, I just think they're great. This one is in the kind of pomegranate shade and it's beautiful. That's it there, and it's just a really nice kind of autumny berry colour for autumn or winter, and I just think they're just a really nice consistency and just so smooth and just look good. And you can obviously use them as a base for eyeshadow as well, so I love these. I also picked up the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette because I'm pretty sure that Viviana and Susie from Hello October and maybe someone else used to talk about this quite a lot. And it's a very thin palette actually, and it's just got beautiful colours. So again, it's got the kind of cranberry shade there and the warm brown, and it's just a really nice palette. I did end up getting this for my sister as well because I liked it so much. So yeah, glad I got that one too. I have a little Z palette here, oh, reflection, of MAC eyeshadows and Makeup Geek eyeshadows. And I have to say I'm more impressed with the Makeup Geek ones than the MAC ones. So on my eyes today I have got this one, which is in Cocoa Bear, which is a cute name. I've just got that all over the eyelid and blended out, and I just think they're very good quality. They're very pigmented, a little bit of fallout, but you know, they are so pigmented that you probably expect that. My MAC ones are alright as well. I got, like, these ones are MAC and those ones are MAC, and they are nice, but I just think I prefer Makeup Geek ones just a little bit more. And in order to apply and blend said shadows, I picked up the Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush, and again you can see I used this today to blend out my eyeshadow. And I got this because it's meant to be a dupe for the 217 from MAC, which I also have, but I find that they're both very scratchy, and I was kind of shocked because everyone goes on about them and how good they are for blending, but just, yeah, really scratchy. I mean, they are a bit softer now that I cleaned them with my new favourite brush cleanser that I will speak about soon. But yeah, I just find that they're okay, and this one is okay and soft here, but then when you're doing it this way, which is how you blend your eyeshadow, the top of it is quite scratchy and kind of pokes you in the eye. So yeah, I've got other brushes though from Zoeva and they're good, so I don't know if it's just this one, but I suppose just maybe conditioning them will make them a little bit softer. So YouTube also made me buy the Collection Fast Stroke eyeliner, and this is definitely Susie from Hello October. She says she's used this for years, and I like it. It's what I've gotten today, and it is very black and pigmented, and you know, it's a good eyeliner for the price. But the Collection also do a pen felt tip liner, so I prefer that just for the method of applying it, because this is obviously a little one that you dip in and it's quite a stiff point at the end, and I just find it a little bit difficult to get as much kind of movement with it and getting the shape that you want. I just find the other one that they have a little bit better, but this is a very good option for if you're starting out with eyeliner. I don't tend to pick up many mascaras from YouTube recommendations because mascara is so subjective. You know, everyone's lashes are different, everything works out differently for other people. But one that I definitely did pick up because of YouTube was the Maybelline Lash Sensational, and this is probably my third or fourth tube of this. I'm wearing it just now and I love it. It's probably my favourite mascara. Moving on to eyebrows, I picked up this Soap & Glory Archery Brow Pencil. And this is extremely hyped on YouTube, and it's supposed to be a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I haven't tried and not really wanted to try, you know, maybe because I'm not that into this one either. It's got spoolie on one end and then a very, very fine nib on the other, and it's just, you know, it's so thin that it has actually broken a few times. That's one thing I'm not too keen on. I have got the shade Blonde Shell, which is quite a good name, I think. But yeah, I think the pencil itself, it is good for getting like really realistic hair strokes now, but you have to be quite patient with it and take your time. And obviously in the morning, I'm just like trying to get out the door, go to work, so I usually use a brow gel. And I find this is a little bit waxy in consistency as well, so it's just a little bit more difficult to get them on. I am wearing it today, if you can tell, so you know, it's okay, but I don't think I'd pick it up again. One Anastasia product I do have though is the Dip Brow Pomade. So I've got this in the shade Blonde, and just looks like that, and I do like this. I think it's good. Again, it's one that you have to be committed to. You have to have time to really sit and do your eyebrows, which is not me in a morning. So I like this. So I think it's £15, which is quite pricey, but this is going to last me forever. But I know that a lot of other brands do dupes as well, so you know, if you want to try those, maybe give those a go. I think this is beautiful. It's a very nice powder. It makes your skin look pretty much flawless, and it's just obviously translucent, so it's not going to give you extra coverage, but it just kind of mattifies things, and it's very pretty packaging. And I'm pretty sure that Essie Button used to talk about this, or someone, maybe Claire Marshall, told her about that, and then, you know, so I got that and I really like it. I got the Healthy Balance powder from Bourjois on Amelia Liana's recommendation, and I think I don't reach for this one because it's just a bit dark. This is the lightest shade, but it's pretty kind of dark for my skin tone. It is very smooth and it's nice, but it's just not one I tend to reach for. So I don't know, I always want to make myself not look orange, so maybe that's why. And one that probably everyone has now, thanks to Kathleen Lights, is the RCMA No Colour Powder. And I've got this on today as well, and like under my eyes and on my face, and I think this is worth the hype. So it's not very expensive at all. I think it's maybe like, was it under £10 or maybe like £11 or something, and it's just got nothing in it. It's got no pigment, perfume, fillers, and it's just really good. The only thing I'm not too keen on is the packaging, because it's just like a sifter and it gets a bit messy. But this, again, you get a lot of product in here, and I just think it is really good. So I've done a whole video review on this, and it's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. It just looks like this as a wee reminder, and it's got, you know, the bronzer, blushers and powders in here, and I absolutely love this. I still love it as much as I did when I first got it. It is expensive. I think it was £65, but you know, I've never tried, well, before this I hadn't tried any of the Hourglass powders, and I just think they're so beautiful, just so smooth, and yeah, they're great, so love that. Next on the face for me would probably be blusher, and I picked up a few of these Max Factor Cream Puff blushes. Loads of people are recommending them, especially because they're meant to be a dupe of the Ambient Lighting palette, and I'm wearing this one today, just quite lightly. This one is in number 30, Gorgeous Berries. And I just think these are amazing. You know, they're really good quality. I've got a couple of them and definitely recommend. One that, again, back in the day everyone was saying it's a dupe of Nars Orgasm, which I don't own, but I did pick this up, is Sleek's Rose Gold Blush. So from seeing kind of pictures and people using Nars one on YouTube, I think it is quite a close dupe. It's basically a very nice kind of, how would you even describe this? It's rose gold, so it is, you know, it is kind of rosy and golden, as you might expect, but it has a lot of shimmer in it. So yeah, I do like this. I think it's probably a good dupe. This is definitely one of my first YouTube Made Me Buy It purchases, because I remember getting this in New York a couple of years ago, and I remember being like, Viviana loves this, so I must get it. So it is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Tipsy, and it's just a bright orange, and I actually get a lot of compliments when I wear this. I mean, not many people compliment, you know, blusher, or not me anyway, but I just think it makes my skin look really healthy and like alive and fresh. So yeah, people always say, oh, what's in your skin when I wear this? And then one that probably I would say Nikki Tutorials is the main kind of person that influenced me to buy is Milani Luminoso. I got this on Amazon, just if you're wondering, because obviously we don't have Milani over here. And this is a gorgeous peachy blush. And again, it's actually kind of a mix between like the rose gold and the tart one, but it just is beautiful. And it's a baked blush, and it's just like really popular on YouTube, and I can see why. Oh, I think I'm nearly there, but then I just looked at the rest of the products and we're not there yet. So if you're still with me. So this one is definitely a Lily Pebbles induced purchase, and it's the Soap and Glory Solar Powder Bronzer, and mine's in the old packaging with like the cardboard, but it's basically just a two-tone bronzer, and it's just beautiful. It's got a nice sheen on the skin. It's definitely not matte, but it's just a really nice colour. It just gives me a really natural glow, and I swirl my brush on both the colours, but I seem to have hit pan in the lighter one for some reason. So yeah, but I like that, and I will pick that up again when I finish it. So no one specifically, I don't think, influenced me to buy this, but because I've been impressed with like the Too Faced products, I wanted to get the Too Faced chocolate bronzer, and this is the Milk Chocolate Soleil Light Medium Matte Bronzer, and especially because it's matte, because it's quite hard to find a matte bronzer these days. It smells of chocolate, as you might guess, and it's just a very beautiful shade. It looks slightly warmer, but it doesn't come off orange on my skin at all. It's just a really nice bronzy shade. Makes it look really healthy, and yeah, really like that too. I also got the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Again, I think I maybe hauled this, and this is definitely worth the hype. I did haul this, in fact, because I remember talking about the packaging. So yep, I love this. I mainly kind of focus on obviously the lighter shades. I use this one quite a lot to contour, but I think it'll probably take a while to hit pan, but they're just beautiful quality, and yeah, I just think they're great and worth the money, and I definitely want to try more Kat Von D stuff, especially since it's coming to denims this one. Another one that you should maybe buy, definitely because of Viviana again, is the Kevin Aucoin what's it called? Sculpting powder in medium. So I got this before the light version came out, otherwise I probably would have got that, but it comes with a wee velvet pouch, which is fancy, and it's just a tiny little packaging like that, and it just looks like that. So it's a very cool toned shade that you can see. I'll blind you with the mirror, and I've got it on today as my contour, and I think it is very nice. It's very pigmented, so you definitely don't need a lot at all. If anything, tap off your brush and, you know, put that on your face. But I just think it's so cute, so dinky and fancy. So yeah, I like it. I've just grabbed this brush because Real Techniques brushes are something you should maybe buy, and I think they're great. And this is the blush brush, so it's very nice and soft and tapered and lovely. I decided to treat myself last Christmas to some Charlotte Tilbury. So this was £49. So expensive, but the packaging is beautiful. It's rose gold and it looks kind of Art Deco style, and it's basically a highlight and contour shade, and you know, they're nice, but they're not probably worth them as much money as I paid, to be honest. Yeah, the highlight is quite shimmery and golden, so you can see that it is quite a gold colour for my fair skin, and this is the fair one. But the bronzer is a really nice colour. I do like that. I have this on display because it just looks so pretty, but it was a treat, so I'm glad I bought it, and it reminds me of my visit down to London. Next is highlighters, and I do like highlighters, but I'm not completely obsessed by them. But yeah, I've got a few that have been pretty hyped up. My most recent one's actually this Becca highlighter in Moonstone. I've seen obviously Champagne Pop a lot on YouTube, but I think that's too gold for my fair skin. So this is a golden shade as well, but it's stunning. It's so nice. It's just like a really beautiful soft gold. It just looks so gorgeous on the cheeks. You can see that there, and I just think it's really nice, and the packaging is cool as well. It kind of reminds me of like a spaceship or something. And this one everyone talks about is Mac's Soft and Gentle, and so I am wearing this today but only on one cheek. So can you guess which one it is first of all? Because I've got this and I love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, just so beautiful. But I heard from YouTube that the e.l.f. Baked Blush in Pinktastic is a dupe. So this is what the e.l.f. one looks like. And yeah, I'm wearing one on one cheek and one on the other. So which way do you think it is? I'll tell you, it's this way. Sorry, that's my phone. So yeah, I just think MAC Soft and Gentle is gorgeous, but if you can get a hold of the e.l.f. one as well and don't want to spend the money on the MAC one, go for it. We're on the home stretch now, but we're moving on to my favourite category, which is lips. So, start with what I'm wearing, which is the NYX Liquid Lingerie Liquid Lipstick thing. Yeah, I'm wearing this just now, but I don't really, it's not my favourite liquid lipstick formula at all. It's quite a peachy nude. It looks more pink kind of, well, on YouTube and in the bullet and stuff. And it's got that kind of tack to it. When you do that, it's a little bit sticky, but it's quite dry as well, and it does give you the white lines. But I just wanted to wear it for this video to see if I kind of change my mind in it, but I'm glad I only picked up the one of these because I'm just not really too into it, to be honest. However, a NYX formula I love is the Liquid Suede, and this is one in Stone Fox, and it is a blue grey. I'll actually just swatch because it's a bit crazy. So that's it there. So it's obviously a very, very dark one, but I think the formula of this is really nice. It's very comfortable, and yeah, like I've got a few of these, so I like them. My very first liquid lipstick, I'm pretty sure that I ever bought, which is at the same time that I bought the Tipsy blush in New York, was again Viviana kind of induced purchase, was the Hourglass liquid lipstick in Muse. So I think this is really cute because again it's my first liquid lipstick, and it's a nice size, it's quite small, and it's a very beautiful colour. So that's it there. It's kind of a pinky red. Some more NYX products that I picked up because of YouTube are the soft matte lip creams and the glosses as well. I just think that they are fantastic. This one is in the shade Prague. Yeah, Prague. And it's a beautiful kind of purpley pink. I just think that's gorgeous. And they are just like so comfortable to wear. They're soft, they're matte. They're lip creams, what else can you say? But I love the shade Creme Brulee in the butter gloss as well, as I'm sure everyone else on YouTube does. So especially, you know, the fact that you can buy NYX here now is great. So you can pick up loads of them. Kate Moss lipstick in 107. What can I say apart from Zoeva? It's a beautiful dark red. Kind of a berry red. I love wearing this at Christmas time, and yeah, I love the Kate Moss lipsticks. I think they are amazing quality. I've got the classic Pure Hollywood from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I was disappointed when I got this. The colour didn't really translate onto my lips. That's it there. It was a bit more peachy than I thought. It was a bit darker than I thought. It's maybe a bit similar to this actually that I'm wearing. But just because this is so hyped, I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna get that. But that's okay. I don't think I'd pick up any more of her liquid lipsticks, to be honest, because I'm not really a fan of the formula of this. But I've seen so many people talk about it, so you know, I'll keep going with it though, you know, because it is such a hyped product. Speaking of hype products, I hold a couple of these Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. It's gonna fall. Yeah, a couple of these, and they are really nice. So this one is in Lolita, which is probably again the most YouTube recommended shade, and it's just like a dark brown. It's a terrible swatch, but okay. It's a nice formula, I like it. The only thing is they're just a bit long for my beauty drawers. You know, I'm very particular, so I just want to make sure they all look nice and everything, but hey, I'll put up with it for the formula, so, and the colours. And like I said, Kat Von D's coming to Debenhams, so, you know, get prepared to see a few more of these in my collection. This one, Nars Cruella Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, is definitely a Viviana recommended purchase. It's kind of a bit more of a pinky red as well, but nice formula. I like this one a lot. Oh, there's one that I forgot to bring as well. It's the Sephora Matte Lip Cream in the shade 01, which is red, which was I think Viviana and Lily Pebbles recommended one, so yep, got that. I just buy everything that people tell me to. A recent one that I hauled is the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipsticks, and I really like this. This one was in the shade Child Star, and it's another pinky nude, but you know, can never have too many. And I like the formula of these, so I think I've seen these in Debenhams too, so I might have a look at the other colours. Soap and Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Gloss Stick in Nudist. I think this is a Velvet Ghost one. Maybe I bought it before I saw her talking about it, but she talks about it a lot. It's just a very nice, running out of room, kind of peachy glossy. So they changed the packaging of these actually, so I hope they haven't changed the formula because I really like this. This Clarins Instant Light Natural Lip Perfector was also a Viviana, you know, recommended one, but this is probably my favourite gloss, so yeah, I'm glad. I've only got the one though, which is surprising, but they're expensive, you know. And then probably the most recent kind of YouTube made me buy it is the Maybelline Colour Drama Intense Lip Paint in the colour Strip Down, which is another nude. Surprise. So it's quite a thick formula actually, but it's nice and it smells like watermelon. It smells like the YSL lipsticks. But I just think this is very nice for day to day, and yeah, I think it's worth it. MAC Lip Pencil in Whirl. This is probably my most used MAC lip pencil. It's just again a nudie, browny, pinky, purpley kind of colour, you know, but it just goes with everything I've got on today as well with the lip product. This one was Amelia Liana and and she said that this was a dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury lip pencil in Pillow Talk, and it's the, don't know if I said what it was, it's the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liner in 063 East End Snob. So this is just a nice pinky colour. I haven't tried the Charlotte Tilbury, so I couldn't tell you if they are a dupe, but I do know that I'm just not a fan of this like this kind of lip liner that's retractable, because I found that the red one I had this broke all the time, so I think that's probably why I don't reach for this that much, because I'm just a bit like, oh, don't want it to break on me, but it is a very nice colour. Okay, last things I promise. Some more kind of lip treatments, and I don't think I need to go on too much about the NYX Rêve de Miel. It's great, everyone talks about it. It's a really thick matte lip balm, love it. And then I also hauled this, and it's the Bite Agave lip mask, and love this too. Just think it's really great. I probably prefer this one over this one now, so yeah. Oh, okay, I think I need a cup of tea now because that took a long time. Hopefully I can edit it down a bit so that it's not so long, but I just have so many things that YouTube made me buy, and you know, I also want to say if it's worth it or not, because you know, you want to know if you want to spend your money on these things. I want to say I do a lot of research into products as well. Like I watch a lot of YouTube reviews and things, but then I look at other things like blogs and just really see if it's going to work for me, because there's some things that, you know, are really hyped up and I just know they're not going to work for me, so I just don't buy them. But yeah, oh no, why am I dropping things? Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, but you know, I'm sure you've heard of most of it because it's all hyped up stuff. So please let me know what YouTube has made you buy, and what things have been worth it, especially because, you know, I don't really need to add any more to my collection, but you know, if I get some recommendations, we'll see. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you did grab a snack, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.